racism. Because the Quran says, Atiullah, Ati Rasul, follow the messenger. And the Prophet ﷺ, he teaches us how to pray. If you go back to Sahih Bukhari, volume 3, in the book of Adhan, hadith number 692, the Prophet ﷺ says that when you stand for salah, you stand shoulder to shoulder and feet to feet. Irrespective whether I am a black or a white, I am a rich or a poor, we have to stand shoulder to shoulder. This is the practical example of universal brotherhood. That is the example that Islam has preaches to its followers. How to remove the obstacles, because we all are racist by nature. But when we come for salah, Allah says you have to remove this obstacle so that you can be in the straight path. Because he is your brother. He is your brother of faith. When the sisters pray, they are the sisters of faith. So you are one common generation. You are from forefathers Adam and Eve. So do not differentiate amongst you. But fear me, and he will be honored in the sight of me. The other example of the biggest universal brotherhood is in Mecca. We know every Muslim, it has obliged that if he has the ability to perform pilgrimage once in a lifetime in the holy city of Mecca. So, irrespective whether we are a rich or a poor, we go there, the Muslims go there, they wear the same clothes, and the reasons of that, there is no differentiates in terms of our race, our color, of our creed, or of our nationalities. We all go there to show an example of universal brotherhood. There is not a single faith in this faith of this earth which have such an example of universal brotherhood. So, look at my brothers and sisters, the examples are very clear. We can, as a layman, differentiate the things. That differentiate between Islam against secularism. In secularism, they count the head. Like if there are 50 people, and if 49 says that should be the law, that is the law. If any country, majority of the people are robber, or they are criminals, and if you ask them that what should be the law to punish you, they will say, give us the right to more robs, or to kill more one. That is the law of secularism, nothing to do with religion. But Islam teaches us how to live peacefully, internally and externally. A practical way of life. So let us see some of the examples which we can find from these two ways of life, as we are comparing secularism with Islam. So we have a problem in the current world today about justice. We need justice. We need accountability. What the person who are in the authority, who have power, who have the authority to do something, we need justice from them, what they are doing. But in a real sense, if we see through in our eyes, in a critical manner, we see through that the world is suffering from injustice. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives a clear definition of justice. One verse is sufficient enough to prove about the justice. Surah Nisa. We know that Surah Nisa attribute to the women, but it has the instruction to everyone. Surah Nisa chapter 4 verse 135. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that you, He is addressing to the mankind, do justice as a witness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are told to do justice so that Allah knows the heart, that whether He is doing justice or not. So we are witness to Allah, not to prove to the others. What terms? That do justice to witness to Allah if the justice go against yourself. If I do wrong, do justice that you know that you did this offense and you made justice against yourself. Because you may punish in this world, but you will never save in the hereafter. So you witness to Allah that Allah, I do justice because maybe in foolishness or maybe out of my ignorance, we do justice. We do wrong. And now the justice goes against us. Allah continues, that if the justice goes against your parents, if the justice goes against your relatives, against a rich or against a poor, Allah protects both. So the clear message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we must as Muslims, must try to establish justice in the society. Justice of personal justice, justice as a community, justice in the family, justice in the nations, and justice in the globe. and that is a practical solutions for justice. We see some of the moral teachings of Islam. Islam teaches us how to be moral. Morally we have to be good. And the Quran tells us, the one surah after the last one, Surah Nisa, is Surah Ma'idah chapter 5, verse 32, where the world is suffering from killing of innocent human beings in the name of war on terror. Thousands and innocent people, of children, the olds, the youngs and the youths, the patients in the hospitals, they are dying because of killing. And we know that how Islam's come to rescue from killing. Surah Ma'idah chapter 5 verse 32, Allah says that if you kill any single human being, irrespective whether he is a Muslim or non-Muslim, except for this reason that he comes to kill you or he is creating mischief in the land, it is as though you have created the whole of mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling, if we as a Muslim kill either a Muslim or a non-Muslim, unless for two reasons, except he comes and kill to you, or he comes to create mischief on the land, it is as though you are creating whole of mankind. The moral teaching of Islam. And the practical example, every country have his civil force, army, navy, police force. Why? So that the innocent people in the community, they can live peacefully. Some person who is a criminal, if he comes and if he wanted to kill the others, it is the duty of the security people to give the rescue to innocent citizens. The army is there so that they can prevent the others, outsider, those who want to come in a country to create mischiefs in the land. The message is very clear, it's a practical message. Maybe for our lack of understanding we misunderstood. But this is a practical message in Islam. Every country has its force so that there shall be peace prevail in the society. So that is the moral preaching of Islam. But maybe, I told you there are injustice. There are people who are killing others because of power. They are using their power in a wrong manner. They are using media as a big tool so that they can brainwash the people to think the others that what they believe. They show some persons doing wrong acts and they justify that these persons deserve to die. And people traveling from 1,000 miles using explicit bombs to kill the innocent human being. What does a child of 1 year, 2 years have got to do with killing the others? But the people traveling, they are riding the aeroplane and they are killing the people. We know in history, the one nation, that is America, the first time they used the nuclear weapon in Japan. Thousands of innocent people died. Still innocent child are born with disabilities. So Islam gives clear moral teaching. The verse after the first one, Surah Ma'idah chapter 5 verse 32 and then 33, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes further in telling that if any one of you saves a single human being, it is as though you have saved the whole of mankind. Irrespective whether he is a Muslim or non-Muslims, we are told to give security to the others, which is a great demand in the current world, not in a society, in the current world, because the globe is now very short. We can see through what is going on around the world. So these are the teachings of Islam. The life of non-Muslims is as sacred as the Muslims. If you go back, I don't have time to elaborate every examples from the history, from the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. There was justice. The leaders, they were without any bodyguards. They can sleep anywhere they like because they have justice in the community. No one is their enemy. And that was the history of Islam. And if we look back now today, we have to say that there are injustice and there are innocent people are killing every day. So we must correct the people that look, you should not kill any individual human being. Because if you kill a single innocent human being, you are killing whole of mankind. We find some other examples from the Quran. Maybe we know these chapters. The chapter, surah is called Mumtahina, chapter 60, verse 80. This verse is telling us how we Muslims should interfere with the non-Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the direction that Allah loves those who do justice if any people is not forcing you to reject your religion, to reject your worship, or if no one is forcing you to drop out of your home, Allah says He is love those who do justice with those people who is not driving out from your home. So we are told to do justice because these people, many of us know that we come here as a war refugee or as an asylum. They are giving us shelter. So we must not go against the people. We must respect them because they give us shelter. They are not driving out of our home. But at the same time, those people, the authority, those who are driving out